The Nexus 5 is a really big phone for Google because it sends a message saying we're still playing with the big players in the industry, so Samsung Galaxy S4, HTC One. We can make a device that looks as good as these, but maybe at a slightly cheaper price. Whether Google subsidizes to the same level as the Nexus 4 remains to be seen, but it will definitely be a phone that people want because it's got vanilla Android. It's untouched by all these user interfaces that Samsung and HTC are throwing on there, and some people really like that. So what Google's going to be doing is bringing a really powerful phone, one that looks great, and offers people the chance to customize as they see fit, and that's really important to a lot of consumers.
In terms of the design of the Nexus 5, we expect it to follow the same sort of design ethos as the new Nexus 7, rounder, thinner, slightly more premium looking. We may have even got a glimpse of it in a Google promo video where one of its employees was shown using a smartphone which did look like a much smaller Nexus 7. We expect to see KitKat as well as the new Nexus 5 handset launched side by side. The Nexus 5 is expected to be the first handset which runs the software, and then Google will roll it out to its other Nexus devices, the Nexus 4, the Nexus 7, the Nexus 10, probably pretty soon afterwards.
So going on the history of Nexus smartphones and tablets, we don't tend to get expandable storage. So we're not expecting the Nexus 5 to touch down with microSD support. So we're really hoping it will come with either 32GB storage or 64GB storage for those of us who really like to pack out our phones with loads of music and videos and whatnot.
The Google Nexus 5 is probably going to be made by LG, and because of that we're going to see a lot of really great specs, so a Full HD 5-inch screen, a larger battery, but more importantly a Snapdragon 800 processor which will be more kind to that battery while enabling really high power graphics. So people wanting a slightly cheaper phone but with really great top-end specs will be looking forward to the Nexus 5 because it's something that offers a little bit different to the rest of the market.
Essentially with the Nexus 5 we're going to see a phone which competes with and even beats the iPhone 5S in several areas. Expect to see a better screen with a higher resolution. Expect to see a processor which challenges the A7 chip on the iPhone 5S. Expect to see a better camera which is up there with the iSight camera and the HTC One and the Xperia Z1. It's going to be a real whole package, and there's a new design in there as well to keep us all interested. In terms of a Nexus 5 release date, we're expecting Google to launch it in the middle of October alongside Android 4.4 KitKat. The Nexus 5 is expected to be the first handset to run the new operating system, and we expect it to hit shelves relatively shortly after the announcement, so maybe a week or two after.